If you love decorating and organizing small spaces, I think you are going to love this video because I'm going to talk about everything RV, from how to decorate it to little organization hacks. Whether you have a travel trailer or just have a small space, I hope you love these ideas. I've been a travel trailer owner for several years now. Back in 2016, we got our first little guy off of Facebook Marketplace. I renovated that, and then in 2020, we bought this fifth wheel and I renovated that over the next couple years. We have traveled all the way from here in the Edmonton area, Alberta, Canada, down to California and back up, and we've camped several times every summer, so we've definitely used this, and I have learned some decorating tricks and organizing hacks I am excited to share with you today. First RV decorating idea is to use a pop of color in your rig. So whether you have it painted light like I do, or whether it's the original brown wood color, you can add color through accessories, whether it's tableware, cushions, artwork, and that's just going to add a lot of personality and vibrancy to your space. This is also my favorite way to change up my RV yearly or even seasonally if I want, just by swapping out some of the colors in the space. Like my regular home interiors, I like to keep the main parts and the bigger investment pieces in my campers neutral, so black, white, gray, brown, etc., and then bring colors in through accessories. Our first RV, we did kind of a blue and copper theme, but all of the big pieces were neutral, and then in this one, I did a little bit more of a feminine vintage theme with the greens and the pinks. The second decorating idea is to bring in some natural elements to your space. So whether it is a wooden shelf like I added here, or whether it's these seagrass style baskets in the bottom of the coffee station, those natural textures are going to add so much interest into your RV. You can also add artwork to your RV, and I did have sort of a green and pink piece of art that tied all the colors in here together, but I found this wall hanging at World Market during our travels and thought it looked really cute up here. If you keep your art lightweight, that's really going to help you when you're traveling. I prefer to just take my artwork off the wall, so I do keep it minimal, just with like one or two pieces in the whole RV, so I can easily take it down, pop it in a basket when we're on our way. That's going to add so much personality and color into your space and just make it feel a little bit more like home. When it comes to hanging art in your RV, I use either short wood screws. I've had success with those. That's what this is here. Or I use command picture hanging strips, one or the other. Another element you can add is custom lighting. So you can really swap out any of the fixtures in your RV with a regular light fixture. You just have to use a special kind of bulb for RVs. Really any sort of special 12-volt RV bulb. I will link some of my favorites down in the description box below. You can use in regular light fixtures. I would recommend having an electrician to swap those out for you, just in case. I am lucky because Sean, my husband, is an electrician. These light fixtures in this RV, I actually used the old pieces from the old ones and made my own beaded chandeliers, which was super fun. I will link that tutorial down in the description box below. The next tip is that it is really important to get organized when you have a camper, a fifth wheel, an RV. So in our bathroom, I like to have these hooks so I can hang some bags and the towels. I like this little bag from IKEA on the hooks. It holds all of our extra toilet paper. You could also put shampoos and toiletries and things like that inside. And I usually just leave these hanging here when we're traveling because they're nice and lightweight. Baskets and bins in the pantry also help me stay organized. I just have these ones from Dollarama, and they hold all of our little loose foods and dry goods and keep everything compartmentalized. I also use these Walmart baskets under our coffee station for almost everything. And then when our slide comes in the camper, it keeps it nice and tucked in and safe, and we don't have to worry about that stuff when we're on the move. Mirrors can do wonders in small spaces, especially in RVs. We were lucky because we already had these mirrors up here in the camper, and when I just painted it, it even made this area more bright. So the natural light from the windows is going to bounce off any mirrors and reflect back into the space, making it feel bigger, brighter, and more open. You can add mirrors, like I added this tiny one into the kids' little bunk room. Just make sure that they're very secure for travel. You might want to glue them right onto the wall, or if they're small and loose, you can just take them down when you're traveling. Space-saving furniture is extremely important in an RV. You want to get small, compact size furniture if you're taking out the old pieces and putting in new. I just put this IKEA fold down table in, this gate leg table in last year, because the round table that was initially here was moved to our tiny cabin renovation. With this one, it has enough room to sit our whole family, 2 on this side, 1 on the couch, a chair, and a chair, so 5 of us. Or we can also take this leg down. It kind of folds in. This whole front piece folds down. And then it's the perfect table for two if you want to do cards or games or whatever. We also found this space-saving apartment-sized futon-style sofa here. This was from StruckTube. I don't think they have it anymore, but you can find similar ones there, or IKEA has fantastic sleeper sofas and futon-style couches that are nice and compact. Another fun and simple RV decorating idea is to install wallpaper. I'm a huge fan of peel and stick wallpaper, and it's really easy to install in an RV. What I recommend is to ensure that your walls are primed before you install peel and stick wallpaper, or peel and stick tile for that matter, in an RV. That's when I've had the best success. I find if it's just the plain wall or it is painted and not primed, the wallpaper has a tendency to peel a little bit. So just make sure to prime with a nice sticky primer. I like to use what's called a bonding primer, and then you can install your peel and stick paper. Gives your RV a bit of playfulness, a pop of pattern, and again, it makes it feel more like home. When decorating your RV, it's also really fun to get creative with storage. So anything that you can get up and off the floor to create storage on the wall is going to be ideal. So again, we're talking about wall hooks. I have these ones here by my fridge, hanging IKEA baskets, hanging a macrame bag. This could be for fruit, vegetables, any sort of essentials. Sometimes we even store like our beach things in here. Again, those hooks in the bathroom. You could get bins for under your sofa, under your table, any sort of creative way that you can pack in more storage into your RV, especially if you're going on a long road trip like we did. Ours was almost 3 weeks, or if you're living in your RV full time. Think of how you can creatively incorporate those extra bins under beds, on walls, up and off countertops to be able to store as many of your items that you need as possible. Adding a coffee nook to your RV is also another fun way to renovate, decorate, and organize, especially if you love coffee like I do. It could also be a fun drink station or just extra counter space. When we bought this one, I realized quickly that the kitchen was not enough counter space for us to function in this rig. So I decided to take out the whole entertainment unit that was here because we personally didn't need all of that storage for the TV, etc. Took it all out, made a countertop, and then added my coffee station to it. I also use it as prep space too for dinner. And then again, we're talking about lots of on-the-wall storage for mugs, etc. When we're on the move, the TV is mounted very firmly up there. We still have a TV there. And then I just take anything that could fall off of this shelf and just tuck it underneath the coffee station in the Walmart baskets. Using beautiful dinnerware in colors that you love and that match your RV is another really simple and budget-friendly way to decorate it. I've used all sorts of dinnerware. I find mine either at Walmart or Winners Home Sense here in Canada. I love how it just adds a little bit of extra style to our camping trip. And I just get the melamine dinnerware that we have no problem. If it falls, it's just all plastic stuff, really easy to clean. And all of my cups are just plastic too. They look cute styled in the camper, but then of course they're practical as well. Hanging curtains is another way to make your RV feel more homey, feel more put together. I took the original window coverings out of this RV because to me, I thought they were dated and just didn't really match the aesthetic I was going for. Then I just bought some simple, cheap IKEA curtains. I hemmed them at the bottom, and you can either use a sewing machine to hem your drapes or just use some of this hem tape to do so. I installed some really nice lightweight cafe rods over top of these and then hung them up. So I think this just gives the whole camper this really nice homey but airy vibe. If you need more privacy in your RV, say in the bedroom for example, you could do the curtains, but then just grab some blackout blinds and install those underneath the curtains. We did this in our first RV. Whether you're decorating an RV, a small space, or any space really, adding texture through decor elements is what's going to take it to the next level and make it feel so much more cozy. So when you're adding textures, think of adding something shiny, something smooth, something fuzzy, something rough, and something bumpy. And if you add 1, 2, or 3 of each of those things, you're gonna find that your space just feels so much more inviting. In this RV specifically, I've added some rattan, so there's that texture there, some soft blankets. We have the shininess of the copper mugs. We have the smoothness of the floor. So all these different textures work together to make this space feel less clinical, because it is a mostly white space, and a little bit more welcoming. Displaying some special memories in your camper is another way to decorate that is very meaningful. So I did this really cute photo area of our favorite trip ever, which was that California trip, and hanging those photos is just a way to really personalize the space and just make it feel so fun when we travel and remind us of all the adventures we've had in our RV and all the adventures yet to come. You could do a photo wall, you could use a little clip flip system and hang up the photos, really whatever works for you. Adding some greenery into your RV, whether it is real or fake, can also make a huge impact in your space, and this works for really any space, not just an RV. I prefer to use faux greenery in the RV because we use this only seasonally, so probably about May to October. Then I can just tuck it in the baskets and pull it out later. So we have this faux fiddle leaf bag, which I know some of you think this is kind of funny, but it does have a practical purpose as well. When we open up the bunk room door, it acts as a door stopper. Just like that. So we often have this situation where we want to keep the bunk room door open for the girls. The faux fiddle leaf acts as the stopper, and I think it also brings a little bit of extra life into this space. We also have like little dollar store plants that I decorate in the space, but they're just very small, lightweight, and really easy to throw in a basket when we're on the move. When decorating your rig, do not skimp on comfort. Comfort is key, especially if you're going to be traveling in it full time or for a few weeks. I always change out the mattresses in RVs, so the two that I purchased, it's really important to have a good quality mattress in your RV for yourself and your children. I also prefer just to use the bedding that we have at home. We don't have special bedding for the RV or for the kids. Everybody just brings their own pillow, their own blanket, so they can feel comfortable just like they do at home. I use linen or linen blend sheets and blankets like I do at home just to make everything comfy and cozy, and lots of fluffy pillows. I've just got to say too that these thin little laundry hampers have been so incredible here in the RV. I'll leave a link to them down in the description box below. You can find them on Amazon, and the bags come right out with a handle, so they're perfect if you're in an RV park. And they're also thin enough that they fit here in our primary bedroom and in the kids' bunk room as well. So check them out. One of my favorite features in our RV. Decorating with souvenirs is also a fun way to keep your space personalized and full of memories. So we started this little magnet area on the range hood over our stove here in the camper, and we have magnets from all the places we've visited so far. So that is a really fun way to just kind of have a small and affordable souvenir from each spot that we've been, display it right in the camper, and just bring back those amazing memories and get excited again of the memories that we are yet to make. You could also display other souvenirs. The girls put their Mickey ears and hang them up in their bunk room, or you can get special art from the places that you visit and hang that up as well. Another way to decorate your camper that I would highly recommend is to do a bunch of DIYs. My favorite DIYs for RVs are, first of all, painting. I think painting makes a huge difference in how the interior of your RV is gonna feel. Even if you just do some of the walls and leave the cabinetry the wood color, that's gonna make a huge difference. Also, installing flooring is gonna also make a huge difference. I'm a big fan of vinyl plank in an RV. Adding some peel and stick products, whether it's the wallpaper, the marble look contact paper for countertop, or the peel and stick tile for backsplashes. I'll link to all my favorite products for all of these DIYs down in that description box below. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, whether you are decorating an RV or a small space. If you have any questions about RV organization, decorating, camping, let me know down in those comments below. I would love to do some more videos as we head into the camping, the RV season. It was so fun to renovate this rig from start to finish, and I have a whole video showing the entire process. I'm gonna leave that video for you to watch next right up here.